coworker tried to claim my 15-page report as her own work to the CEO, got outed in front of him. So I work at this tech company doing data analysis. Nothing fancy, but I like it. My coworker Jessica sits right next to me, and we've always gotten along fine. She's one of those people who talks a lot about how busy she is, but never seems to actually be doing much work. About 3 months ago, our CEO announced this huge project analyzing customer retention rates across all departments. It was a big deal because the company was hemorrhaging money and they needed answers fast. I volunteered immediately because this kind of stuff is literally what I live for. I spent 2 entire weeks pulling data from every system we had. I'm talking late nights, weekends, the whole 9 yards. I had spreadsheets with thousands of rows, charts that took hours to format, and analysis that went deeper than anything I'd done before. The report ended up being 15 pages of pure gold with recommendations that could save the company millions. The whole time I'm working on this, Jessica keeps asking me how it's going. She'd lean over my desk and be like, "Wow, that looks complicated," or "I could never do something like that." I thought she was just being supportive. So I finished the report on a Tuesday night at like 11 p.m. I was exhausted, but proud as hell. I saved it to our shared drive in a folder labeled with my name and went home to sleep for 12 hours straight. Wednesday morning, I get to work and there's this email from the CEO to the whole company. He wants to see the retention analysis first thing Thursday morning. I'm pumped because I know my report is going to blow everyone away. Thursday comes and I walk into the conference room with my printed copies. The CEO is there with like 6 other executives. I sit down and start pulling out my materials when Jessica walks in carrying a stack of papers. The CEO looks at both of us confused and goes, "I thought Jessica was presenting the retention analysis." My stomach drops. Jessica gives this fake innocent smile and says, "Oh yes, I've been working on this for weeks." I'm sitting there like, what the actual hell is happening? The CEO tells me I can stay, but Jessica will be presenting. She starts passing out copies of my report, literally word for word, chart for chart, but with her name on the title page. She's going through my analysis like she understands any of it. When she gets to this complicated regression model I built, she completely butchers the explanation. She's saying confidence intervals when she means correlation coefficients. It was painful to watch. The CEO starts asking technical questions, and Jessica is just floundering. She keeps saying stuff like, "Well, the data speaks for itself," and "as you can see from the trends." Meanwhile, I'm sitting there knowing every single formula and methodology inside and out. That's when the CEO asks about the data sources. Jessica has no clue. She's like, "Oh, I pulled from various systems," but can't name a single database. The CEO looks suspicious and asks for more specifics. I couldn't take it anymore. I raise my hand and say, "Actually, I can answer that." The whole room turns to look at me. I start explaining exactly which tables I queried, how I handled the missing data, why I chose certain statistical methods. I'm going into detail about stuff that isn't even in the written report. The CEO stops me and asks how I know all this. I tell him I wrote the entire analysis. Jessica's face goes completely white. I pull out my laptop and show them the original file with my name on it, the version history showing I created it, and all my working spreadsheets. The silence in that room was deafening. The CEO asks Jessica to explain and she just starts stammering about how we collaborated and she forgot to add my name. But then I show them the timestamps proving I worked on it alone and that she only accessed the file the night before. The CEO dismisses everyone except me and Jessica. He asks her directly if she stole my work. She tries to deny it, but I have all the evidence right there. Email timestamps, file histories, even Slack messages where she asked me questions about stuff that would be basic if she'd actually done the analysis. She finally admits she borrowed my work because she was behind on her projects and thought it would help her career. The CEO just stares at her for like 30 seconds, then tells her to clean out her desk. I ended up presenting the real analysis the next day and got promoted to senior analyst with a 20% raise. The company implemented almost all my recommendations, and they're already seeing improved retention rates.